I do not suggest to you in any way
grateful What's up, everybody? We are live in the building on a Monday night. Monday night live stream again. Doing it on the Mondays now. Monday is the fun day. Live in the Young Lion TV studio. We're in the Lion's Den right now. Shout out to you guys. If you're joining us, make sure you hit that like button. Share this video with your friends. All the people joining on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, X, Facebook. Hit that like button, share this video, let people know that we're live, get the algorithm going. But we're going to get into some stuff that's going on. You know what we do. This is it, Young Lion TV. Let's go.
Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, won't you get up and start fighting? Everywhere I look, they're hiding.
Yeah. Young Lion TV is live as we do it. Now every Monday we've been doing it, and we're getting started a little bit later because it's harder to get started early on Mondays. So bear with us. It is 8:40 and we are just going live, but we appreciate you guys for joining us. We still hope you rock out with us, and we're gonna do these live streams and get some clips and post them up and do our thing. So I got my brother with me in the building, Mr. Jacob Eugene Evans III. He is the preacher, teacher, people reacher.
What's up,
Here
sir?
with us. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Coming straight from soccer practice.
Yeah, all sweaty.
We need to adjust your mic. I mean, your camera. That is just not good.
Oh, yeah.
It's bothering me. We didn't even do that. But he's here.
I had to come sweaty.
Oh yeah.
Run with the kids.
You were
today.
running around, and it's hotter now.
Yeah.
The weather's changing. We got a hot week coming this week. Finally.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Some warm weather.
I love the warm weather.
I was cutting the grass today.
I was getting red outside.
Yeah.
Did you get red in your face
No.
playing soccer?
No.
No?
I don't know. I didn't. It wasn't that hot over the weekend.
Mom, you want to try to adjust the camera for me?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to, But
Okay,
let's
so-
introduce her first.
Yeah.
She's in the building, holding it down on the production tip. Miss Angelique Lopez is here, as always, producing. Thank you for being here, Mom. Rocking the Young Lion merch.
Oh.
And if that is if that is something that you want to support and you want to get you a version of that, I got the Jatan shirt on here. We got hats, t-shirts, hoodies. We got Jatan merch, Young Lion merch, all on our store. It's the store that is on our band's website, which is jatan.com/shop. That link is in the description. You can go on over there and rock your Young Lion apparel and show that you are a part of the pride. And also, this podcast is something that we've been doing for a while. Just, putting these conversations out there, stuff that we talk about, having discussions about things that are happening in the world, things that we care about that are important to us. And if that's something that you want to support and you want to be a part of, we have a Patreon. Head on in there, sign up, support what we do so that we can keep this type of conversation going and we can show the younger generation a new way of thinking and feeling and learning from your mistakes, something that we didn't have when we were younger that we wish we would have had, something that we can be proud of and show our kids, and a community that we're building in the Young Lion community. That Patreon link is in the description as well. And there's also a CashApp link in there if you want to support what we do that way. But we here, and you were talking about your soccer, what you had going on, talking about being hot and everything. I'll fix your camera while you talk about whatever you were talking about.
Okay. Yeah, so I was playing soccer. I actually wanted to put it on Mom so you didn't have to fix my camera. So, Mom, did you do something with your hair? Is it a different color?
A little different color. I did it myself, and I don't like the color, but
No?
might make it back lighter.
Looks like red, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be latte.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah, but it's a little red. Look, oh my
Yeah,
God.
it does look red. But, I like it, though.
Oh,
It's not bad. It's just
different.
for you,
Yeah.
so I noticed
I was
it.
thinking of making it lighter again, but I don't know.
Yeah. Women are always so insecure about the little things they do. You do it. You did it, and now you gotta deal with it.
You don't want to let people see the grays, Mom?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
And
You're
I'm
not
like
ready.
75 now.
75.
Yeah.
That's when you're allowed to have gray hair at 75.
Yeah, that's my decision.
That's your decision. Okay. Well, I think you'll be beautiful either way.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Oh,
Right?
Shout out to Simone. Hope he's still out in Texas.
yeah.
He joined us last week.
He was supposed to be back the 10th.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
guess
He
he
said
got-
he was going to be back the 10th. Got delayed out there.
Had to do some extra stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see if he jumps on later on. But yeah, man. What else is going on there? How are you feeling about the world and life right now in general? What is your feeling about everything? I mean, I know there's a lot going on with like, you know, the music and trying to figure out how we're marketing this album and creating content and trying to get everybody motivated again in that. And then there's also like trying to make money, family responsibility. So
Yeah.
what's the vibes? Like, where are you at?
Figuring
I was gonna
things
say
out.
soccer.
Well, yeah, I mean that takes a lot, but figuring things out, learning. Me and you did well, you did it with everybody, but on Wednesday we did a like interview type thing, put it on video, and
Yeah.
it was kind of cool. And I learned a lot from that conversation. Just stuff comes out that you don't realize, you know, and then
Shout out to Adam Fields, our brother in the chat. He said blessings. What's up, man?
what's up, Adam?
Yeah, I think sometimes just talking about stuff allows you to work through thoughts and ideas that maybe you kind of avoid, especially when you're busy just trying to do things and you're trying to like just get things done. Sometimes you don't have time to really like think about like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that?
And I think that's something you got to ask a lot. The why.
Yeah.
We just settle things, and then we make it make sense to us, and then we go and do it sometimes, and asking why, and not just you get into that instinct that's not your true instinct, right? And you just do that over and over again. So when things happen, you respond in that way. But when the interview was like, I'm on camera, you're talking to me,
Yeah.
and we're just you're asking me questions, but a lot of the questions were making me think. But it's also like kind of like a confessional type thing. So, and I think there's power in confession. So when you're confessing things, you're bringing things to the light, right? And you can either run away from it or you can dig deeper,
Yeah.
right? And that's where the vulnerability is, because you have to face things that sometimes you don't want to face, right? They don't look too good, right? And then that's when you see it like, oh wow, I've been doing this. I've been acting in this way. You can give that to God. You can give it up. And then you realize you receive solutions and things that you can walk through.
Yeah. I think one of the peak moments was when you kind of came to that epiphany about downplaying how important our music is and what it has done for us, and not feeling comfortable saying that to people, not feeling comfortable like letting people know like, no, this album, this could change your life. Like listening to this could help you.
Yeah, because it's things that are like eternally true. You know, it's what is eternal is gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Versus us stuck in the right now. You know, the culture, the idea of that people have in their head, and we talked about this. Like sometimes it's you don't want to deal with having a fight against what people already think and believe.
Yeah.
But the problem is then you start to think and believe, and you don't even realize you're thinking and believing it, right? So you kind of settle for a lie and then allow it to rule over you. So it actually is in you. You don't realize it. So then And that's the kind of thing, like, we were like devaluing our music because who gives a value? It's not us, it's God, right? But when you do that, you're lying to yourself,
Yeah.
right? Because that's not the truth. And then you devalue it. So then when other people are going to devalue it, it's not like you're going to fight. And I don't mean you're fighting them. I mean, like, it's not like you're going to uphold the truth because you don't really believe it, you know? And that's where you get into that. You don't even realize you don't believe. You don't realize you're in unbelief. So then there's no worth there, really. So how can because you know it's valuable, but you don't really deep inside, when it comes down to it and you're pressured, you kind of fold. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you're challenged, when somebody comes at you, like, and you might even know what they're doing, you know, I'll give you an example. Like, oh, you're still in that you're still doing that music thing?
Yeah.
Or you're still doing that little music thing? You know, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you're still in that band?
Yeah.
You know, and if you're just like, yeah, I mean, we're still making music. Like, you don't really want to, because you don't want to deal with it. But when there's value there, there's passion there. It's like, yeah, we're doing it because of this, and this. And, you know, then you work through it and you're bringing it value because you know it's valuable. So then that's a fight, but then that's the fight of faith, right? Because you got to trust in what God gave you. If you're trusting in yourself, now you're questioning, well, is it worth it? Should I be doing this? What's the point of me doing this? Is it giving me what I need? You know, like, so is it for you or is it for others? Like, what do we really believe? Now these things are coming up, right? But if you're not focused on that, you're just settled in a lie and you don't even realize you're there, you know? That was one of the truest things for me that came out of that. And I went deeper at home, like, just going through biblical verses and like just getting more out of what we talked about.
That could be some great content, you know.
Yeah, because it's, I mean,
like going into that.
Yeah, I mean, dude. But again, I don't think we realize we think we believe something, but we're actually disconnected from it, like instinctively and eternally. We disconnect ourselves from it just because we don't deep down inside actually believe, but we think we believe. You know, it's crazy.
It is crazy, and it's interesting. Like sitting down and talking with all you guys, and like asking those kind of tough questions sometimes, but more just like introspective questions, like making you think about stuff that maybe you never even thought about. And I know there's like I said, a lot of people got emotional during their interviews. I even had a moment with Moan where he talked about like the fact that he doesn't sing lead, you know, and going into that and his feelings of being in the band and like why it's so important to him, even though that's not that he doesn't get it, that part of it. And then he hears it from other people. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of thing where it's like, he's got to deal with other people's mindsets of like, oh, because I told him about the one show we did where he sang "Try" and somebody made the joke like, oh, they finally turned your mic on, you know. Yeah. And I said, I know that type of stuff bothers you, you know. Yeah. And he's like, it really doesn't, because like that's not where he gets his value in the band, you know, like being one of this. And he said like one of the things that he said is like, yo, I actually get a great feeling watching you and Jake do your thing, like in being able to be like a fan sometimes on stage, because it's not about that. It's bigger than that for us. It's bigger than about like, let me get my shine off, you know? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I would do it if it was about that. Yeah. You know, the music, again, it helps us. Like, it's not like, we talked a lot about art, you know, artistry and all that. And craft. And you can get snobby about that stuff. But really it's about creation. And again, are we creating something in eternal? Is it for us or is it for others?
You know, and that goes with anything you do. Like that's why people love things, you know. But again, you have to see the worth and the value in it, and you have to be invested in that. And sometimes when you're dealing with preconceived notions, presumptions, right? Which I believe is idolatry, iniquity, which connects to like corrupting the way you see something that comes from God, right? Yeah. It takes it to something else. So everything that's created, whether it's people, whether it's things, whether it's angels, you know, whatever is created, you can focus on that instead of the creator, and then you corrupt the image of it, right? The idea of it, and that's what a lot of people focus on. They're not focusing on the one who made and what was the purpose,
where it comes from, and so then therefore, because if you always think about, okay, yeah, music is amazing, but where did it come from? Why is it here?
What's the purpose?
What's the purpose of it?
Yeah,
you know. And if you realize all that points back to God, it's like, okay, so it needs to honor that,
right? And even that, like, so when you want to build a relationship with God, then it'll make more sense. There's no way around it. It's not like you can learn all about music. You can learn about like cycle of fifths and you know the theory, music theory, all the stuff, right? And that's kind of like you can learn about theology, but you'll never have the heart of it if you don't know him, because it came from him, and it came from his heart, his desire, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's missing. We can know all about, and that's what people do. We want to know all about something.
But then there's also the misconception that like, okay, but if you're not doing it for the church, if you're not doing it and talking about Jesus died for our sins in your songs, then you're not glorifying God with your music, you know?
Yeah, and that's where things become very, very simplified, right? Like,
and it can also be hijacked because the devil can write songs about that.
Right. But yeah, you can, again, like you can have, your songs can be theologically sound, but they're wicked because they don't actually bring you to faith because you don't really believe it, right? The one singing it doesn't really believe it. They just think, this is what I have to do.
This is my vehicle to success.
Yeah.
You saw that with like a lot of the Maverick City stuff and some of these artists that have been getting exposed for what they're really doing, you know.
Yeah, behind the scenes. Or just, this is the thing that I think I have to do that's going to get me into heaven, right? Like even that end.
Yeah.
It's like a false virginity type, you know, like the 5 virgins in the Bible, the foolish virgins, like, but they have no oil, right? And that's the part where like, why was everybody, like you were talking to everybody, why were they getting emotional? It's because it's a pressing that's going on. To have oil, it's going to cost you something, but it's not the same payment. Like, it's not like you can buy it with money, right?
Yeah.
It's going to cost you surrendering to the one who actually,
you got to get squeezed.
you got to get pressed, you know, and that's how we learn obedience to God. And then we got to face the stuff we've been doing and we think we believe, we actually don't believe. We got to step into the light. Who wants to come into the light and have their deeds exposed for not being true, you know, not being sound? And that's hard, man.
And then beyond that, you have to, now that you see it, you have to move into belief somehow and get yourself to act on that.
Well, you got to trust him and you got to let it go, because really, like, everything flows from faith, right? I was thinking about like every wind of doctrine, you know, being moved by every wind of doctrine. So when you listen to the wrong voice, you're listening to the wrong wind, you're listening to the wrong breath, you know, and that's the whole point of us as humans. You know, Adam was a life breathing being. Jesus was a life giving being. Are Are we receiving? The only thing that's going to give us life is if we receive it from Christ.
Yeah, and the thing is, if we really believe and know the Lord, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way. You can't do anything yourself. You know what I mean? It's all knowing the Lord. Because remember what he said. Either he knew you when you stand before him, or I never knew you. Depart from me.
Right.
So you have to know his voice, because there's so many voices around.
Yeah, and it takes time. It takes time
Yes.
to know him. You think you know him.
Oh my God! It
And
takes
then you
a lot of
realize,
time.
oh, I didn't know you there. And why do we think we know him? Because we think we're doing it right. We think
Right.
we got to figure it out. We think,
Or
but
we
the-
learned one aspect of things and
Yeah.
we think that's everything.
or we grew up learning, no, this is how God is. We learned bad doctrine, right? And that's that again, that's wind that came from somewhere else. It didn't come, but it creeped in, you know, and you
Yeah.
let it in because you didn't know any better, right?
Right.
So now if it's a lie, if it's a lie, what's happening? You're actually letting in something false with might be a bunch of truth, but now you're letting in something false, and that can corrupt the truth, right? So now it just gets your focus off just enough that you're not even focusing on God anymore and trusting him. You're trusting in your own ability,
Yeah.
or you're trusting in what you think you know, right? No, it's this thing. But if we're honest with ourselves, like, we learn to humble ourselves over and over again, be vulnerable. Because what's the point of doing something if it's not the desire, the will, the passion, the purpose of God?
Yeah.
There's really no point, really. We can tell ourselves we're doing the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We say that a lot, like with music, like you can be on stage, 20,000 people,
Yeah.
you know, people are screaming your name, singing your songs, and you're like, I'm doing the thing.
Yeah.
That's not fulfilling, really, you know?
I mean, if it was, we wouldn't see so many people with those lives in misery that
Yeah.
we see all the time. We've seen it our entire careers.
Right.
But that's a perfect segue into the video Mom sent us that we can watch and discuss, because it actually kind of goes along with it.
That's true.
Which is interesting, because I didn't even expect to talk about this. It just kind of came up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll play this, pull it up, Mom, and we'll discuss it. Because you sent us this and said, what do you think?
Yeah.
So any of you that listen to this, you need to send this to all of the Christian musicians. Because this is the word of the Lord to Christian musicians.
Here we go.
I cannot use you if you play for secular artists that are sinful and help them prosper. Many Christians.
Right there. Isn't he putting a limit on God right there? Isn't he putting a ceiling on God right there by saying that statement right there? I cannot use you.
I mean,
But the point is,
Yeah.
he said
He's
thus-
saying this is a word from God.
God,
I
he
cannot
said.
use you if you do these things.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because I mean, I'm just thinking, like, God doesn't say you have to have your life totally figured out for me to use you. That's never been the case.
I think you're right, because we don't know, but there is a line you have to, like, kind of draw for people so they
Yeah.
understand this bad, you know, this
Right.
step over here, it's bad, and then later on you can get into why. So I think there is, but again, sometimes we draw those lines thinking that it's God, you know, because there are borders that are always there versus ones that we make that aren't exactly there, but we think they're there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
All right.
I think a lot of people do that, like in the church.
Yeah.
Christian musicians, they have become gig players. They have side jobs where they help the wicked prosper, and no longer can you be the sound engineer for the wicked. No longer can you be the drummer for a band at a seedy bar just because they needed a musician. Who are you? What are you doing? I thought you were on the Lord's side. So which side are you on? So now the love of money causes you to help darkness and support darkness and push darkness and and help their movie and help their sound and help their music get to the top of the charts, they were celebrated by Satan, and you helped them get to the top. No, God can't tolerate that anymore. It's like, who is on the Lord's side? You either righteous, or you either holy, or you're gonna be on the other side helping Satan. So somewhere along the line, in this last day culture, guess what, you all? You don't get a chance to live for eternity in extreme opulence without having to give up something on this side.
Okay.
I mean, I think what he's saying, there's truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to lay
You have
down.
to die to yourself.
You have to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those desires to want to be, whether you want to have your name up there with the best musicians, you want to be, make it. So quote unquote,
or
if
you
that's
want to
your
make
desire,
money.
Yeah, you want to make money. You want to be a gigging musician, paid,
Right.
making money. If that's your desire, then yeah, I understand what he's saying. But
I would say if that's your focus,
Right.
which is connected to desire, right? If that's your focus, then yeah, that's what you're looking at. That's your that's where your treasure is, right?
But let me ask you this though: how many quote unquote church musicians do we know that have horror stories from working in the church?
Many. I mean, I know a lot of church musicians that aren't really Christians.
Right. Exactly.
Like working in the
so
church.
many of those people that he's talking about, they're
just going there to get a check.
because it's another check.
Yeah.
So shouldn't the church be doing a better job of vetting the musicians that they bring in, or do they care more about just how good the music ministry sounds?
Yeah. I mean, there should be a standard of excellence, but again, you have to put things in order and perspective. Like, should that supersede the Lord? You know, like focusing again, are we focusing on this?
Right.
And that's connected to like what it looks like, right? What it looks like also connected to what it sounds like, right? If we look like excellence, then that means we're excellent. And that's not necessarily the case, right? You could be an amazing singer, but yet you're missing something.
Yeah.
You're not connected to something. There's no vulnerability there. There's performance, right? There's just, I'm hitting every note, right? Look at me, And again, that's connected to something else. That's not connected to God. There's nothing in that. And you could be singing about God. You could be every word, but yet it's disconnected from him. Right.
And also there's the stories of the musicians that their heart is to play for the church and give that, offer that to God on Sunday and come in. But then the way it's handled is so, diabolical, for lack of a better term, in the organization side of it.
Yeah. Keep talking, because I'm gonna send you something.
Okay.
I think I can find it.
That they start to get discouraged with even trying to do it, because it becomes more political and they're being asked to do things that they shouldn't have to do, and then it's like, no, you have to do this because it's for God. You know what I mean? So it becomes more and more of this volatile relationship between the musicians and the church and everything like that. So just listening to this guy make it so cut and dry, it's definitely more. You said this earlier, that it's way more nuanced than what he's making it out to be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that you could be brought in to play with people that need a musician, and you could be ministering to them. You could change hearts. You could change the heart of that entire band. I mean, we've worked with people. We work with people now that are big names in the music business that, are what you would consider secular music, but the effect that we've had on them. I mean, I was just riding in the car with him today, and he told me that he was listening to Find My Way and got emotional because he was like, "Man, that Jake wrote a heck of a song. Like, it's so real, it's so true." Because he is feeling God in that song,
right?
You know what I mean?
And that's where I was at, being real with where I was. I mean, when I wrote that, I was at a place where I was seeking the Lord, and I was being real. The stuff that was in me I was allowing to come out of me as I was writing that song. So you have to be in that place to actually hear from God, right? To tap into the Lord, you have to be in the place where you're searching and you're not set on what you think and what you need to do and who you are, you know, all these things. And that's where that was one of the songs. Like all of us, I wrote it, but we all heard it. That didn't come from me. That came from deep inside of me. Yeah, but I'm saying it was me, my cry to the Lord, really, you know. And a lot of people related to it.
Yep. You find it?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
You texting it to me?
Sending it to you now. So this is kind of like the where it just goes off. Like it just goes.
Just follow me. Follow me.
Oh, I saw this. Yes.
You
I
saw
was
that?
I was gonna play this for
Okay.
y'all. Yeah. I saw this. Yes, definitely pull this up, Mom.
Just follow me. Follow me. Overwhelm me. But drown me in your glory. Overwhelm me. That's the whole song. Drown me in your glory. No, no. Listen. Wait 1 minute. Wait. Stop. 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 Because you're off. Over. Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Dude, this is so
You can't hear? Well, why you ain't playing what I'm playing? There you go. Give Brother Chris a hand for hearing.
Girl, this is so hard to watch.
Boom, 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 boom. You can't hear? That's why we have so many problems up here. Turn me up in something so he say he can't hear me. Brother Tyrone. Everybody can hear me but him. You ready?
Everybody can hear me but him.
Try again. This is gonna go viral.
Look,
Okay. Ready?
look, and he's the guitar player sitting there looking like, what is happening? This was a huge controversy in the black churches. I saw people posting, all the people, musicians that I know were posting about this.
Yeah.
You can't hear like everybody else. I know, but everybody else hearing it. You can't. Boom, 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 boom. I ain't tell you to do all that 'cause you ain't got the first part right. You're doing too much. You ain't there yet.
See, it's. But we've dealt with stuff like this,
You
right?
don't need to do nothing
But
special again.
Freaking
should you be
lootly.
dealing with this in church?
No.
Oh my God.
No. Just like to deal with this with, you know, artists that have issues and ego problems and all these things, like you can understand it a little
Yeah.
bit more. But for this to be happening in church, and this is a pastor doing this,
Yeah.
and he says it's gonna go viral, like he's making his moment right now.
Yeah.
And my moment is to embarrass you in front of everybody.
That's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And not only to embarrass you, but belittle you, make you look stupid.
All because you want to do a song that, in the moment, that they don't,
That he doesn't know.
and you want him to know it right then and there and
Right.
follow you. And sometimes, like people like that crack me up because you're not even singing in the right place. Then you're trying to
Yeah.
give the bass note, and it's not even right.
Right.
And then
But
finally,
you want him to find it.
but you want him to find it.
Yeah.
That's not that easy, you know.
And I heard the keyboard player trying to help him out. It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, those situations are the worst
Yeah.
as a
The
musician.
thing is, there's no love there.
There's no
You
love.
could tell.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
sad.
there's no
There's-
grace. There's no nothing.
And you're making somebody look small
Yeah.
on purpose
On purpose.
to try to prove who you are.
No, to make
Well-
get likes and
Well,
views.
try to prove who you are
yeah.
as the leader, the pastor, the prophet, whatever.
This is why we have so
it
many
is.
problems up here.
Yeah.
But that makes him look worse to people.
Oh no, this did not go over well.
Yeah.
Especially in the church community, especially like I know a lot of church musicians, people that we've worked with, that play with us, that played with in Freddie's band, and everybody was posting about this. Like this is wrong.
Yeah. So you have, and this guy, he has been that guy who was doing this.
The pastor.
The pastor. He had a scandal not too long ago.
Brian Karn.
I think he was like found out he was with a woman for like 10 years or something, and intimately they're not married, you know. So other stuff has come out, and he's still pastoring, still, you know. Where's the accountability? Nothing. So,
and the crazy thing is, like, when you look at the bass player, he actually handled it with a lot of patience and grace.
Yeah.
And just kind of took it humbly, because a lot of guys would have been mad and raised up, and then it would have been a whole other thing. Mm-hmm. You know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just I forgot about this clip, but
but it
right
kind of goes with
right
it.
into what we're talking about.
Yeah, and
because the guy that was talking right before this, he's trying to say that this is what you need to be doing.
Yeah,
if you're a musician.
I mean, he probably wouldn't agree with this guy. I'll say that.
But what I'm saying is,
but yeah, what we're saying is it's very nuanced and it's not cut and dry.
Yeah,
it's like we used to. It's funny because we used to when we used to sell CDs. Mm-hmm. I remember there would be people that would come up to us,
especially Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Are you singing about Jesus?
Yeah.
If it doesn't say out, and I would say, well, we are singing about Jesus because this is when our music was changing. Mm-hmm. We are singing about Jesus, but we're not saying Jesus. Well, then it's not Christian music. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear it.
I only listen to gospel.
Yeah.
Remember how many people will say that? I only listen to gospel.
So I think it's like, well, I'm safe because I'm doing this. I'm safe. And my thing, if you think that's true, fine. Like there's grace for you when there's people who are in that space and they don't know. I'm not saying that you can't be there, but what I'm saying is when you take it further and you're judging everybody else, it's not that cut and dry. The devil ain't that easy to figure out sometimes, right? He's in the church, that you think is perfect, right? He's doing stuff there. So that's why it's more nuanced, and anybody can deal with these things, especially when you're young and you don't understand, you know, because when you start to get good at, like, speaking in tongues, like people, there are churches where if you speak in tongues, you have, now you're on a different level. And that doesn't mean that, right? So you speak in tongues and now you're just, I speak in tongues. No, I speak in tongues. I'm you know, it becomes that. And I had a talk with my kids, one of my teams today, because we lost this weekend. We had 2 games. We lost one game, but it was a good game, and then we won the second game. And it was like we did really good. And it was so my conversation was, let's keep things in perspective. You know, most of the kids that were there, and I said, I was like, Jakey has had 12 seasons. Right? So when you don't look at him like, oh, he's just killing it. No, he has practice, and he's got me who kind of knows. So a lot of you guys, the majority that were there, this is your second season. And you're growing so much, but don't be overconfident where you're doing things where you couldn't do now. And now you're feeling yourself, right? And you think you know more than you actually know, because that's where it gets dangerous for you. And the next loss is going to be horrible because you thought more of yourself than you actually were. Right. But this is all about learning, right? And now I say this all the time, like, where do we put our trust? Put your trust in the truth. So, and then we talked, the team that beat us, they were very disrespectful. You could say the word cocky. Coach wasn't teaching them any true, like, sportsmanship, respect for players, none of that. It was very bad, and to the point where they were just being straight up disrespectful to our kids. At the end, we had to say something. But I said, like, because, you know, they got the haircuts, they got all the bags. I was like,
the bandanas, the headbands,
And I'm like, guys, that team, when they lose, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be crying. Most of them will cry. The ones that are the worst, where they're pointing in your face and they're doing all the crazy, they're gonna be crying because they put their trust in the wrong things. So you gotta understand, don't put your trust in you did some good stuff. You scored a goal from outside. Look at that. You know, hey, it's cool. You're growing, but you got to keep listening to what your coaches are saying because that stuff don't matter. You got the nice cleats. You got, you know what I mean? You got all this stuff. You're doing moves now. I'm killing it. No, that doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're going to come up against people that know more than you and they will destroy you.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of people want, like in the church, you know, like you get caught up in that. However it is, and you think more of yourself than you should. And all of us are susceptible to that.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why we need mentors and people that can help us and show us like, that's not what you focus on. You know, you're not supposed to focus on that.
You don't call that a mentor when you say boom, boom, doom. Oh, you can't hear? You can't hear? I'm trying to teach him something right now.
It can be a mentor, but it's a bad mentor.
But Jordan left a message.
I know, I
Okay,
see it, Mom.
yeah.
I see it. Jordan is one of the musicians that I was thinking about when we were talking about this. He said, I played behind Brian Carn many times over the years, and he does this all the time. I said for many years, he's one of the few people I intentionally try not to work with. And there's those people that want to do, like they get off on showing other people that they know more than the musicians.
Yeah. Or just putting you down just because they are in the position to do it.
Yeah.
And there's no love in that.
Yeah.
You know, because I deal with kids that they actually think they know more than they know. Right. And sometimes I got to tell them, hey, shut your mouth. Don't talk.
Yeah.
But it's for their good. You know, like, don't say nothing. You just started this. Why you act like you know all about soccer
ahead
now?
of yourself.
Like, calm down, you know. But that's what I'm there for. I'm not there to belittle them, though.
Right.
I'm not there to be like, you know, go stand over there in the corner. You know, like,
or you out there cutting them up on the field like, look, you look stupid now, huh? You don't know what you're
And
doing.
he's a pastor. Humble yourself before the mighty hand of the Lord. He's a pastor.
Right.
Where's the humbleness?
Shout out to our sister Amber on YouTube. She said, "Hey y'all, what's up, Amber?
What's up, Amber?
Good to see you on there."
Yeah. So there's nuance, right?
Yeah.
And also, it's about the heart.
Yeah.
Right. So one thing I ask, why do you guys want to do this?
Yeah.
Why do you want to play? Because every you want to look good, that's gonna go away.
Right.
It's got to go away. Right. You want to. What are the reasons? I make them ask. I mean, answer the question. It might be just let me know what's your desire. And then when you find out it's superficial, like, all right, so the moment it gets hard, you're gonna want to quit. That's when I'm gonna see the real you. But I'm gonna be there to push you past that and to encourage you past that, because now you can see that wasn't the point, right? But you got to go through it.
Yeah.
You got to get to that point so you can see it, right? And now you got to make the decision.
That's funny because I feel like that is also our journey musically. Like, you know, like you initially want to get into we initially fell in love with music because of the feeling, the thing that thing that felt like spiritually something was happening to us as little kids. We couldn't understand. But then as you get older, it gets corrupted into, oh, this can fulfill my ego and my and it can make me valuable to people. So this is why I want to do it now. Yeah. You know, and then that has to die, and you have to get back to the feeling. You have to get back to the core, like, of what was that feeling? Why did I feel that? And how can I connect back with that? And you realize that, oh, that was God. So, and that means that my music needs to be pointing back to that.
Yeah, because you can feel something and it be the wrong thing to feel too.
Oh, absolutely. We talk about that with music all the time.
Yeah.
You felt something when you heard DMX. You felt something when you heard
make you want to fight.
Yeah. You feel something when you heard, you know, sexual music. It made you want to go find girls.
Yeah.
You felt something when you listened to you know, Nirvana. That feeling of like hopelessness and depression, you know.
And being okay to stay there.
Right.
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 Feeling it's it's okay to feel this way.
because they feel
It's
it
okay
too.
to- yeah. There's people
I'm
like
not
that.
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people out there like me, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, or it's, yeah, I'm dealing with this, but there's hope.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with this, but there's this thing that's better. You know, this is greater than that thing I feel. Because it's still a feeling. It's just allowing God to shift our emotions to
Right.
his feeling. And that's his desire, right?
Yeah.
Now, how does he feel about us?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and one of the things we kind of got to, and I think I talked about this with everybody, is that question of who is our music for? Because, you know, when you think about the person that, oh, I only listen to gospel, or like, you know, your music needs to say Jesus in it, but that's for the people that love Jesus already. That's for the people that are sure about that thing. Even if they're not like doing it right, they're sure about that. You know, so the music, that's why they want to listen to that music. But what about the people that aren't sure about anything?
Yeah. Our music, I think, is a little confrontational.
That's what I'm saying. Our music is that initial spark,
Yeah.
I think, that like triggers something for you to think different.
Yeah. There was one thing we used to say, our music is genre defying.
Yeah.
But remember I said our music is genre what?
Uniting.
Yeah.
And I changed that on our website. I changed that in our bio. I already changed all of the language to communicate that.
Right.
Because to me, that is a positive instead of a negative.
Yeah. Because, you can see it like rebellious.
Yeah.
Or you can see it as like, no, it's actually bringing things back into alignment, right? And that's the purpose.
Right.
That's the purpose of what we're meant to do. We're meant to come into alignment with God. We're meant to come into union with God, right?
Yeah.
And then if we're in alignment, then we can share that with others, right? You can't shine light if you're not in alignment with the light to shine it. It's not gonna happen. So you have to humble yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy. All right, let's get into some news, man. So I don't know if you heard about this, but there is a certain congressman that has announced his resignation. Have you heard about this?
I have not. I haven't seen anything.
So you remember the guy that got in trouble for, quote unquote, possibly sleeping with a Chinese spy that was working for his campaign, Mr. Eric Swalwell, who was a Democrat.
Oh, yeah, I read about
Yep.
Was trying to run for governor of California to replace Gavin Newsom. And the governor pool there was not looking good. So many Democrats are running, and they're all competing against each other, splitting up the vote, where it's looking like a Republican might win governorship of California. So, of course, the Democrats themselves are trying to get people to drop out of this race. They're like desperate for people to drop out so that they won't split the vote up so much.
Right.
Eric Swalwell is one of the people they were trying to get to drop out. He didn't drop out. All of a sudden, all these scandals start dropping on him. And one of the scandals was that he was, sexually assaulting one of his interns or something like that, or he had a bunch of allegations. So, he came out and denied it, of course, and more and more things started coming out, and eventually it led to him not only resigning from the governor's race, backing out of the governor's race, now he's resigning from Congress completely. That's how bad it's gotten right now, the pressure. Let's watch the news story from CNN.
We have breaking news. Congressman Eric Swalwell has just announced that he is resigning from Congress. Let's go right to CNN's Mano Rajo on Capitol Hill. Mano, what are you learning?
Yeah, this is happening very rapidly. Just moments ago, Eric Swalwell posting on X that he plans to resign his seat that he is occupied representing the Northern California district, and saying so in the aftermath of these very serious allegations of sexual misconduct, including an allegation of rape. He has denied these allegations, but indicating in this statement that all of this was too much of a distraction, he said, to his constituents, which is why he plans to give up his seat in Congress. Now, this statement I'll read to you, Anderson, says, "I am deeply sorry to my family, staff, and constituents for mistakes and judgment I've made in my past. I will fight this serious false allegation made against me. However, I must take responsibility and ownership for the mistake I did make. I'm aware of efforts to bring an immediate expulsion vote against me and other members. Expelling anyone in Congress without due process within days of an allegation being made is wrong, he said. But it's also wrong for my constituents to have me distracted from my duties. Therefore, I plan to resign my seat in Congress. He goes on to say he'll work to ensure a smooth transition. But this is a dramatic downfall, Anderson. Swalwell was a frontrunner, a Democratic frontrunner for the party's nomination to be the next governor of California, battling out with several other Democrats in that race. But in the aftermath of all these allegations, he saw his support completely collapse. One backer after another withdrawing their support, calling on him to withdraw from his race for California governor.
So there you have it. So Swalwell has fallen from his position. I mean, he was one of the most prominent Democrats in Congress, and all of this started coming out. And I honestly think that the Democrats themselves did this to get him out the way.
I think you might be right.
To save that governor race in California. I mean, the people that were, all the staffers that are coming out accusing him were all Democrat staffers. So who do you think is, twisting their arm to do this, promising them things probably? I mean, they're coming out saying that he was constantly flirting with them. He would send them unsolicited pictures of his private parts. Like there's, clear rape allegations from someone, people talking about him drugging them, all kinds of stuff. He denied it, of course. He said this was all because of his campaign. And but then more evidence started coming out. Someone found a video of him with a prostitute / porn star in a hotel room. You can pull this up, Mom. Him being very kind of inappropriate. And there was a lot of other stuff leaking about him. They also, then this kind of added to the fuel to the fire. So they found out that he has a nanny that is here illegally, that is a Brazilian woman that he has been employing under the table. And then people were looking into this and they're like, wait a minute. Like, this is his living nanny. Hold on. Now, hold on. Where did the picture go? Oh, here we go. This is his living nanny, Brazilian nanny.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. So
definitely makes sense.
So yeah,
isn't it interesting? Like they're probably all doing stuff like this, right?
But they wait. They let people. They give them enough rope. They know this is going on because the Democrats are all coming out saying like, yeah, he has a reputation for this. So they give them that rope because they know at any moment when they need it to use it, they're going to use it.
They're going to use it. But then it's like, why would you want to be a part of that?
That's crazy.
But the thing is, in order to not be a part of that, you have to, it's kind of, we were talking about this earlier, right? You got to be real with yourself, right? You got to be vulnerable. You have to, like, sometimes it's better that stuff like this comes out if you're willing to face it.
Yeah.
Right? If
you really want, and if you want to change and you want to be better.
Well, you want to, the only way to do that is to surrender your life to Jesus, really. Right. But it just shows you, like, why is it wrong to do the stuff he's doing? Who says it's wrong? Where's it come from?
Well, if he's married and has children.
But why is it wrong?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like,
where does that come from? Standard come from?
Why are we
biblical?
Why are we acting like it's wrong?
Yeah, that is a commandment from God. If you don't live by those tenets, then it's not wrong.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. So why are we focused? Because and people could argue, well, no, it's wrong. If you do that, it's wrong. Well, why? Because it hurts people. Oh, okay. Well, see what?
Yeah.
So that's why there's a law there. That's why there's.
Do I believe that these interns and these people, these staffers, were innocent in all of this? Heck no, because that there's a lot of them are looking for opportunities. A lot of them are trying to get jobs. They're trying to move up in the rankings. Yep. So they're gonna, like, a couple of them were meeting him for dinners or lunches and meeting him alone in his hotel room. Like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, why you're doing that. You're trying to, and if you're used to having pretty privilege, then you'll use that to your advantage, So it's all a game that everyone's playing and no one wants to admit it. But when the time comes, when it's time to,
You'll use it.
yeah,
But that means there are laws that people are abiding by morally.
right,
And I think it is important to, okay, but why are we abiding by these rules that nobody really believes?
yeah,
Or do you believe it? Because you can't use the card when you feel like it if it doesn't really mean anything. Right?
yeah,
So it has to mean something. Or are you just trying to play the game?
yeah,
Which that's what a lot of people are doing, right?
yeah,
I mean, you see that with that's like there are rules that people they'll in games or whatever, they'll use them and twist them, and they were never meant for that. Like think about, or laws too, right? Civil rights movement, civil rights, the 14th Amendment, has been used in a way that it wasn't intended to be used. Right. So it gets changed and perverted. If you don't carry the meaning of that law and you don't bring that forward, it's going to get corrupted and twisted.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? And then you're only going to use it when it's convenient. But if you have been upholding it the whole time, it's harder to do that, is my point, right?
Yeah.
If we hold a standard that says we're going to live by the standard, you don't got to live by the standard if it's law, right?
Yeah.
But it's different when it's moral law, because sometimes everything moral is not actual law, right? Like it's not against the law to cheat on your wife,
yeah.
but it's not morally accepted. You know what I'm saying?
But why is it not morally accepted?
I mean, exactly.
People will
exactly
just say
why is
it's
it not
culturally not accepted, right?
Yeah.
But I feel
no,
like
it's morally not accepted.
yeah,
So, but why?
Yeah.
That's where you're getting to value, right? So you need that value. You need to bring it back to desire, will. What is the purpose? What is the point? Well, I mean, you can look at it when you're married and you uphold that in love. The people thrive who are under that covenant, right? Between two people.
right,
You grow. If you continue to husbands love your wives, wives submit to your husbands, you grow under that.
yeah,
The children thrive under that. What happens the other way? If you don't, you have broken people, you have broken kids, right? Everything affects them. So you see this happen in real time.
yeah,
Men who are absent from the household, the children are affected. Way worse, right?
right,
So we see this happen, and there's ways to point to it, but it's because the purpose and the will of God. That's at the, and we don't even have to say that, but we can point to all the reasons why it matters in living our lives. You know, so we can point, but it points back to God, right? But if we just stay all the way out there where it's so separated from where it comes from,
yeah,
it just becomes dressing.
yeah. It gets cloudy.
Yeah.
It gets really murky and kind of gray,
Yeah.
and then you can kind of you can move around in it and kind of like
It's like focusing on the wedding dress
yeah,
more than anything else. You know what I
Right.
mean? Oh, the wedding dress is so amazing. But you're getting married.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
what's the point of, like, how many people are getting married just for the feeling of getting married?
a
And,
lot.
you know, all the
That's why
stuff.
divorce is so high.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy looking at someone have to fall this hard, but when you're living that way and clearly you're in it for, like we said, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Do you really want to serve?
And why
public-
why are we looking at it like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I would expect that from
Right.
somebody like him.
Not only that, like, I don't think people are looking at it like, oh my God, which is what makes it even more weird that he's doing
the news-
that he's dressed. No, because think about it. They've tried to use this on Trump how many times, and he just doesn't care. And nobody cares.
Well,
you know what I mean?
The people who don't like Trump care, right?
They
'Cause
pretend
then they call him
They pretend
all these
to
things.
care. They use it as a
They
tool.
use it,
Yeah.
right? But that's my point. Like,
Yeah.
you don't even believe these things that you're
Right.
saying. You don't really care. What's the point of it?
Right.
Do you believe it? Are you married? You know what I mean? Like, What are you doing?
So then the fact that you have to pretend you cared about it with Trump makes you have to now stand up against Eric Swalwell, or else you look like a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You can't say believe all women and then say, but in this case, these women are lying. They do that all the time, though.
Yeah. But now you're just now it's not like nobody care. Like, dude, I see this all the time with soccer. Like, people care about laws that are in the games when it affects them.
Yes.
But they don't care. Like, I'm talking about coaches. Like, they don't actually care about how to make
Upholding
the
the
game.
honor of the game. Yeah.
Like, it's about how do we make this the best for the kids. Right. Like, at the last game we had with my younger son, one of the kids headballed it, and at their age, you're not allowed to headball. But it was like throw in, and it bounced off his head. It's not intentional, so you don't call that, right?
Yeah.
But they're going on and on about it's a headball. You got to call it. You know, it's like, oh, shut. I'm like, no, I'm not saying it, but in my mind, I'm like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
But you care so much about this stupid stuff, but yet your kids are pulling at my kids. Your kids are doing all dirty stuff, right? Because
so it's not about calling.
No, it's just about winning.
Yeah.
And you're teaching your kids
Right.
just like that's the number one focus. However we need to win, we need to win. How we need to manipulate things, we need
And
to
that's
manipulate.
what the Democrats are doing right now.
Right. It's because there's no real honor.
Yeah.
Right? There's no real honor amongst each other. It's just this false stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know? What do you really care about? And those are the things we gotta. Why are we not asking this stuff? What was the oh, yes we can, right?
Yeah.
That was
Obama?
Obama's
Yeah.
yes we can. Can what? Yes we can what?
We can.
Why we like
We can do anything.
how many times have people got caught up in like slogans, right? And stuff that sounds good, but they never ask the questions behind. Well, what do you mean? You know, like the thing that the thing that she said over and over again, Kamala Harris. Remember there was like some type of
yeah.
You remember what I was like in
yes. Hold
campaign.
On, let me get it. Something about being unburdened by what has been.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And but it made no sense, right?
Yeah, we need to know where we're going.
Yeah, we need to be unburdened by what has been so we can become unburdened by what will be.
Right, something like
that. And it made no sense, and she couldn't even really articulate that, right?
Yeah.
But she just said it over and over again. And it sounded good. And that's my point. Like, these things are not tested and tried. You have to ask questions. You got to but most people don't care. You only care what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know why? Like the team that I was talking about, the parents don't care about, the parents want the kids to look good.
Yeah.
I just played a team on Saturday. All those kids, nasty, horrible attitudes. What are the parents doing? They're spending money. They're paying. Like that club, they spend way more money than our club, right? But they don't care because they want to look the part. They want to look good. But who's asking those questions? Why? Why? Why do you got your kid on that team? They're teaching your kid horrible stuff. That's how you want. I guess you don't care.
Right.
Do you care? But these are things you can ask,
Cobra
right?
Kai versus Miyagi, though.
Yeah. And this is why, like, it's funny because the other coaches are like, man, because sometimes I go hard on the refs, and if they give me a card, I don't care, because your job is to uphold the honor of the game. And if you let those, and especially the younger guys, they won't call stuff when kids are going crazy on other kids. You better uphold the honor of this game, because they're gonna go too hard, and then my kids are gonna get upset, and I can't control every kid. Some kids are emotional, and you're just hitting them, grabbing them, and it's beyond the game, right? To where it's already illegal. You're not saying anything, and you're just letting it go. Well, when the game gets out of hand, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Don't let it get there, right? So I got to hold you accountable. And every time they say, that's enough, I tell them, like, I won't say anything else, but I tell them at the end of the game, you know why I was saying that to you? Because you're letting it get out of hand. And every time they say, I'm sorry, I was a little emotional. Every time, it never fails. But I hold them accountable.
Yeah.
Because it's about the honor of, if we're going to do this thing, it's got to be honorable. And I'm going to hold you to it. You might not get it. You might not understand it. But then I can talk to you about it, right? This is why. This is why. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. This is why I'm seeing it like this. So why didn't you call that? You know, like they don't even know why.
Yeah.
But at least I'm asking them, has anybody asked you that before? And when we do this, man, and when people know that it's your intention, they talk to you differently. They don't go at you. They don't snap on you. But why don't we do this? I know we're talking about politics. But if we really, my point is that, like, if most of these Democrats really cared, they would be asking these questions. Why aren't we asking these questions? We have to.
Because it's just about winning.
It's just about winning.
Yeah.
There you go. Just like the coaches on the side, it's just about winning, right? That's the first thing. But the problem is, if it's just about winning, then you'll do crazy stuff to win.
Yeah.
You'll do things you thought you'd never do to win. And then why do you want to win?
And then what are you winning?
Was it for money? Is it
winning.
the love of money?
You're just winning. What it ultimately is doing is ruining our system, though.
Yeah, because you're selfish.
Yeah.
And you only care about yourself, right? Do we care about other people?
No.
But we see that. The why is, we're seeing why you feel like it's that important to talk about this now. He's been doing it. Everybody knew about it. But now it's coming out.
Because he was messing up the governor race.
Right.
Yeah. So something else that I wanted to show was the idea of Trump being the Antichrist started to go viral. I don't know if you heard about this.
Been hearing that for a long time.
But it went extra viral today because of this post right here. Did you see this picture on the right?
I saw that.
So people are trying to say that he is putting in he posted this picture and that's him calling himself Jesus. Right? But this is the explanation when they asked him about it.
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
I mean, kind of looks like it's supposed to be him as Jesus in the picture. I mean, he's got light coming out of his hands. He's healing the guy.
Yeah.
I don't see any stethoscope. I don't see no doctor gear. Like, what doctor wears this?
I don't.
Well, God knows.
You gotta see when people can take something a certain way.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, you can't just admit, like, yeah, that was a dumb thing to
that
post.
was a little out there.
Like, I guess somebody made this AI image of, like, if people are so weird. Like, who made this?
Yeah.
Who made this?
Because people take things too far.
Yeah.
Oh my
Again, like, it's they focus on Trump versus, like, do people ask the question, well, what is going on? Like, is God working in this? And how is God working? Or is it just Trump bad, or just Trump, or just Trump is amazing, you know, and he can do no wrong?
I guess he's talking about the nurse right here by the bedside. Maybe this is the actual picture.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's talking, but I mean, when you see,
It's funny because they cut that out, right?
yeah, they sure did. But when you see, like, there's like angelic beings, there's soldiers, there's a guy, and the light coming from his hands, and then what he's wearing. Like, come on. Like, you can't say he thought he was a
What are
doctor.
those things up in the sky?
I mean, it's AI, so there could be anything.
Oh, it looks like the demon too.
Yeah, it's AI. Like, this is probably supposed to be a jet that didn't, you know.
And then those are probably Some of them look like soldiers.
Soldiers as clouds.
That one looks like an
That one
angel
looks
in
like
the middle.
Yeah, like AI. People, especially like some boomer probably made this.
Yeah.
They didn't use the best AI generator. So
Boomer.
because they love Trump so much, man. They just be like, Trump is everything. He's amazing. Yeah.
Jordan said, politics, soccer, etc. What are we fighting for?
Yeah, man. For real. Our music is important. We got to tell people. What are we fighting for is the perfect song depicting what you're,
Yeah.
Yeah, before that, he said, this is a great combo about music when we were talking about the music.
Oh, okay. I wanted to show something from Canada. Canada is becoming like the final boss of wokeness. Like, I feel like they want to take the mantle of wokeness as far as it can go.
I just heard really bad Nintendo music from the 80s. When you said that.
Yeah. Final boss. All right, pull this up, Mom. Just listen to this and tell me if you can understand this in any way, shape, or form.
Deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW G2S LGBTQIA+. This is abhorrent. Deal.
Whoa.
This is the new.
Yo.
This is the new.
Just use every alphabet and
just
use every
throw
number.
Every letter,
just
put
use
numbers.
Plus, like,
just
what
say
do we got?
random.
What we got on here? Like, just add everything.
Just say random numbers and letters.
Deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW G2S LGBTQIA+.
Okay. Yes.
And then it becomes like a pride thing where I know how to say all of those things fast. Because I am that virtuous that I know I include every person.
Cute. Like, let's just add the whole keyboard.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but right? At, plus, minus.
There's going to be symbols in there soon.
Equal, percentage.
Exclamation point, hashtag.
Star.
She probably rehearsed those words, the letters.
Oh, absolutely, they rehearsed them.
Forever.
And here is a very cringy woke man trying to tell you why you shouldn't be making fun of this.
Many people online have been mocking the MMIW G2S LGBTQIA+ acronym, making out that it's some kind of joke. MMIW G2S LGBTQIA+ was simply an upgrade from LGBTQIA+ in order to be more inclusive to missing people in Indigenous communities. Comparing MMIW G2S LGBTQIA+ to a strong password or the next sequel in the Call of Duty franchise is not only grossly offensive, but deeply disrespectful to those communities who are simply asking for us to adjust our language and broaden the LGBTQIA+ acronym in order to include more people. Upgrading acronyms is actually pretty normal. So
It's hilarious because they say too simply. It's always too simply.
Yeah.
Number one, it's not a reality. Like,
Yeah.
there's Moan.
Yeah, Moan's in there. What up, Moan?
What's up?
What's the word?
It's not simply. You want us to connect to your false reality of life and be okay with it and accept it.
What are you doing here, Mom? What you got going on here?
Clicked on Just Guess.
No, it's not just guests. There you go. I got you. What were you saying, Jake?
I was saying they want us to live in their false reality. Simply, right? It's always simply. And I'm not going to respect something or honor something that is make-believe.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it because then I have to honor a lie.
I have to now jump in the muck of your delusion and live in there with you. No.
Yeah. And
what do y'all talk about? Trans stuff?
No.
I mean, in a way.
But let me just play it for you so you can hopefully you can hear this.
Can you get
the delay off? Yeah, I will. They can't hear that on the live. We don't hear
okay. All right.
Deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW G2S LGBTQIA+. This is abhorrent.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. I mean, I heard them. I heard them say that, but it's like, really a genocide? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, that's the other false reality.
You can call gang violence, they're committing genocide on each other, and that can be true. But people killing you know, Republicans or whatever, this country is killing trans people. That's definitely a reality that they have created.
Yeah, and then you can just make things matter to you however they matter to you. I love
What's the
that.
proof? Do they have any proof? That
didn't-
person that was talking?
Well, I mean, I couldn't get past the fact that that's why it was funny that like the dude said making fun of it and calling it a serial number or a password.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're getting to right now. Like they're adding so many letters and numbers and pluses and
Yeah.
like what are we doing? It's never gonna end.
Did you ever see when they would have like there was this a show, I think it was like TLC or something, one of those channels where it would just be like maybe Discovery. People would be in relationships with inanimate objects.
Yes. Yes.
Like if I'm in love with this wall.
Right.
Oh
I saw someone marry someone married a wall.
Yeah. So
yes.
You want me
Somebody
to
was in love with a roller coaster. That was that show that
Oh my god.
that funny story. This used to be a joke.
Yes.
JB used to he would stay up late and just see some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And tell us stories and then he's like, no, it's true. It's what's that show called?
Crazy
My
Addictions.
My Strange Addiction or something like that.
I would see all these shows mad late at night because I would be up and just like it would be on in the background while I'm doing stuff. And I would just be fascinated by these stories of like a woman who was addicted to eating couch cushion material, or like a woman who would chew on diapers, dirty diapers. Like it had to be dirty.
Suck on the dirt.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on. Oh,
Yes, like, and she only liked dirty diapers, but she wouldn't eat them. She would just chew on them, like, and just put them in her mouth.
that's demonic.
I know, but when I would bring it up, Mom was like, "Yo, you're making this up." And that was one of them. Was I was telling them about the people that were in love with inanimate objects. Like there was a woman there was a man who was like would have sex with his car. He was in love with it. Woman that married her wall. You know, like,
How about the one that was with a mannequin, was married to a mannequin, and that would you sleep with them?
oh yeah,
her
that's.
and everything?
I mean, that is. You see that all the time.
That's so crazy though.
Yeah, but it's and we're talking about crazy things that, people will be like, "Oh my gosh," but again, it's still like imagine if those people became a little bit more prevalent and then they want you to agree with it.
Yeah.
They want you to say and if you don't, they call it genocide. It doesn't make sense and it's a lie. And you're making words whatever you want it to make. You're saying, like, love doesn't work that way, right? Inanimate object can't love you. It's not possible. Right? And it's not, like, again, now we have to even define what love is. Again, right? All over and over again. We got to define what love is. So when people say, oh, I love this person, I love that person, is it really love?
Yeah.
Even that, like, it's got to be... We got to define these things, or else we're talking past people, right? And I think that's what happened. That's what's going on. People are like, "Are you freaking crazy?" Like, but then everything they're saying, they're talking past you because they believe all these things, and somebody has told them all these things, and they want them to be true, right? Just like we were talking about earlier, like you want all these things to be true because we were talking about. Nirvana.
Yeah.
Like you're listening to the music because you want it to be
you want to feel
comfortable. You want to feel comfortable
with
how you're feeling and that makes you comfortable. But really what it does is it just keeps you in a false reality. Right? And I'm not saying that you don't feel that way. Yes, reality, but my point is that it's not the ultimate reality. Like you have to overcome this. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck.
Yeah. Did you guys see that clip along these lines that went viral of that young man that testified when they were voting on the bill SB 934, which was like to allow transgender surgeries and stuff and all that stuff, and he was testifying about how he got indoctrinated into that through social media. Did you see that clip?
I think this was a while ago.
No,
right?
no. This is the new one.
This is a new one? I didn't see that.
It's
no.
I didn't see it.
The story is pretty tragic. I'll play it real quick, but you just made me think of it when you were talking about that stuff. Pull this up, Mom.
Good afternoon. My name is Johnny Skinner. I'm here representing GenSpect. When I was young, I was a feminine child, and I discovered trans influencers online. They said, change your body and your life gets better. Don't, and it gets worse. Or as my doctors told my mom, I would commit suicide. The medical and mental health providers didn't bother to ask why I felt the way I did. They poisoned my body with blockers and hormones, arresting my puberty and messing with my development. The result? I'm a 23-year-old gay man who's never had an orgasm and may never experience one. Let that sink in. I was rendered anorgasmic because once you say you could be trans, that's it. Full stop. No exploration as to why is allowed, even if you are a struggling kid. The former president of WPATH, Dr. Marcy Bowers, a California surgeon who had performed the surgery for Jazz Jennings at 17, admitted on video that puberty blockers followed by cross-sex hormones results in no orgasms and stunted genitals. SB 934 guarantees that more people will end up like me, the walking but wounded. I could have been spared all of this if any of my therapists would have explored why I felt dysphoric, but they never did. They only led me to hate my body more. The Supreme Court just ruled in a rare bipartisan decision that laws like this are unconstitutional viewpoint discrimination. This bill is an attempted workaround that will be used to silence therapists who could have helped me avoid the irreversible harms to my body and the loss of my sexual function, as is the same for many others. So today I ask you to extend some empathy to survivors like me and vote no for this bill. Thank you.
Right.
So because the Supreme Court ruled against these type of bills being passed, they're trying to come up with a bill to work around it so that people like this guy who all the doctors, all of the influencers, everybody's telling you this is what you need to do or else you're going to commit suicide, you're going to kill yourself. This is what you really want. Mm-hmm. And now he's suffering. So what's the real genocide?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sad, bro. That's sad.
You're genociding yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's
voluntary.
It's self-mutilation, self-destruction.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It destroys people's lives, you know, like.
And it's irreversible. And they tell them that this could be fixed. You know, they tell them that, oh, it's just pausing your puberty. You can bring it back. How? In what world?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that?
They don't.
This is all new. You know?
Yeah.
They're just, I know they've probably been, testing this for a long time, but like we're seeing the repercussion like now. It's crazy.
Yeah. All of the people that were in their team, like look at Jazz Jennings, for example, they did a whole show around it, glorifying this. That was propaganda. Mm-hmm. That was brainwashing. That was a spell. Mm-hmm. Now we're finding out that Jazz Jennings is miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again,
and tortured. And the mom was the one really
mom is crazy,
pushing all of this.
And what you hear is, well, you're not informed, you're not educated. Mm-hmm. But it's not real education and it's not real information.
Yeah,
right?
It's indoctrination.
It's indoctrination.
Yeah.
So, and because there's a desire, that's where you get the connection, right? This is what happens over and over again. Like, all you need is a little bit of a desire, and then people pull on that. There was a video I sent with Chad.
You sent it to me now?
I think I sent it to you earlier, which is kind of connected to that, like how people change. Johnson or Johnson?
Chad Jackson.
Chad Jackson. Yeah, there you go.
But I just wanted Moan to.
Chad Johnson is
that's Ocho Cinco. You always do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But I just wanted to make sure Moan understands that he needs to be aware of the new, standard for wokeness, and you need to now use MMIWG2SLGB2QQIA+. That is the new standard. So
what?
That's what the lady.
Man.
That's
Come
what
on.
she
You
said.
Didn't
You didn't hear that?
I heard her.
All right, let's play this.
Keep on bringing new stuff.
Yeah, they're never going to stop. It's going to be It's going to be a whole new language by the time they get through. All right, here we go.
People make the mistake of believing that if most people believe a thing, that thing must be true. In a sense, you can call it the fallacy of consent. People naively believe in
we don't believe you. You need more
authority
people
of their collective genius. It's unthinkable to them that there are actually sinister people who are behind what you call public opinion or consent, who are in fact engineering public opinion and consent, who are spoon feeding you your beliefs by way of academia. And
Edward Bernays is the forefather of this.
Yep. But
creating public consent.
Yep. And academia.
Yeah.
You get it in the education, right?
And that's Rockefeller.
Yeah.
That's Sigmund Freud. That's, all these people, John Money, who created gender non-binary, that we found out he just abused these two boys.
Entertainment, politics, news, using these institutions to subvert the autonomy that you think you have.
I was a member of the United States Committee on Public Information. I found that ideas were weapons and were even more effective than bullets.
They exploit your public opinion for their own interest, which is increased power.
We worked out the engineering of consent. The consent of the public is basic to anyone's meeting his or her social goals.
Your ideas are essentially theirs. They tell you what to believe. They insist that you lead with those ideas in the public square.
I don't think so.
And then they call it democracy or self-determination. Through these subversive means, they tell us who to love, they tell us who to hate, and we genuinely believe that our love or hatred for a given public figure or historical figure is well-founded, even though it's unlikely that you, on your own volition, have personally looked into these individuals to determine whether you like them or don't like them. Some might say that the safeguard against the tyranny of public opinion is the Constitution. It's true that the Constitution continues to be an inconvenient speed bump or obstacle for all-out demagoguery. The reason I use the word speed bump or obstacle instead of roadblock is because it is an obstacle that can be circumvented and has been circumvented.
How much weight does public opinion have in swaying a court case today as opposed to, say, 30 years ago?
Well, it is great. The court of public opinion, I think, is just as impactful as the court of law, and sometimes even more, because the court of public opinion can impact what happened in the court of law.
You see, the way that the demagogue jumps the proverbial constitutional hurdle is through the engineering of consent, the making and manufacturing of public opinion, convincing the electorate that the ideas that they've been spoon-fed are in fact the beliefs of a intelligent and progressive public. When those constitutional speed bumps or obstacles appear in the way of laws enacted by Congress or a courtroom which insists on upholding the law and upholding the Constitution, the media and activists then weaponize public opinion against those constitutional fixtures in order to influence unconstitutional outcomes. Even though it is true that social engineering is a very real thing, and you are constantly being influenced to think a certain way, to react and respond a certain way to certain events, this doesn't necessarily have to be a black pill thing for you. We read in the Bible about having a renewed mind. We read in the Bible about having a sober mind. And it's all the more reason why in this world we must move with godly wisdom and discernment.
I want to share something. So, I was talking about consent.
Mm-hmm.
You know that the root of that word, like when you look at the etymology, it has to do with feel together.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be together, feel together.
Okay.
Right? So it goes back to how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what it really is. It's about how you feel. So, and that's what a lot of these things do. They get us on a feeling level versus an actual truth level, right? They connect to, these things will connect to something how you feel about a thing, but you haven't really worked out and you haven't really got to the root of it. So you really don't know it, right? It's just a feeling.
Yeah.
And then you and then you give yourself over to it, you come into agreement, because that's another etymological connection. It's agreement.
Right.
So why do we give agreement or consent? It's not really about on an instinctual level in terms of the carnal mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
How we do things in the world. It's more just, all right, feels right, I'm gonna do it. And so I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Why? What makes him good? See what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
say these things and we haven't really investigated it. We haven't really worked it out. But it's a feeling. Like if I say somebody, oh man, he's a really good guy. What makes him good? A lot of times people will be like, well, I don't really. I mean, he does this. Like, so you're basing him being good based off of just that. You know, you don't really know him, so why would you call him good? Oh well, I mean, see, we just explain these things away versus really getting to the understanding of it. And this is why we fall for so much.
Yeah.
Because we don't really, it's a feeling, right? And it's the same. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you might look at the MR13QK, whatever they're called, PQ. You might look at that like crazy, but we gotta look at ourselves sometimes. Like, yo, what have we just gone with because we felt it was right?
Yeah,
we
dude.
felt it was good.
Look at during COVID. I mean, when you talk about engineered consent and the idea of going with something because you want to feel safe or secure, or you know, how many people just went along?
Yeah.
How many people just complied? You know.
Yeah, that's what I think of. Comply.
Yeah.
Comply.
Compliance.
How many spells were there during that time? We were calling it out the whole time. As soon as we started hearing words, social distancing. What were the other terms they kept throwing out there? I don't remember, but
yeah. But even
I don't want to remember.
6 feet apart.
But even like, what are the things that piss us off? What are the things that get us upset? What are the things that we just, man, that pissed me off. The thing they said, the thing they did, what you see they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff. We got to stop and ask those questions, right? Why is that pissing me off?
Yeah.
What's going on here with me? And a lot of times we don't. We just feel a certain way, and then we just go with it. And then when somebody is talking the same way we feel, we connect to it, and we're actually giving consent. And they might not be all. They're not all true, like in what they're saying, but because it feels right, we accept it, and then we agree with it.
that was Edward Bernays. That's what I was,
looking
up. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. This is him on Letterman.
Wow.
Pull this up, Mom. But that was him. That was him talking about it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about public relations. You've been doing it for 70 years. Who were some 72. 72. Who were some of your early accounts? Who were clients of yours back in the very
He's proud about this.
In the very beginning, Procter & Gamble was one of our accounts. They had a white floating soap called Ivory soap.
Right. That was the selling point. It would actually float in the bathtub or wherever you were bathing, I guess.
That's right. And they came to me one day and said that mothers washed the faces of the children, and they hated soap because their eyes were stinging from the soap. And that when people grew up, they wouldn't use any soap because they get conditioned in childhood, according to Freud, my uncle.
So you get ahead of yourself, but it's true, your uncle was Sigmund Freud.
And so we made a research, made a study, and we found a sculptor, Brenda Putnam, who used soap instead of wax in developing her sculpture. And it then occurred to me that if we could develop soap sculpture competition, I went to a psychologist and he said every child has a creative instinct. If we got some sculptors to be judges and had soap sculpture competitions for children in different age groups.
That would get them accustomed to using the soap.
That would get them to love soap, not only accustomed to it. The fascinating thing to me was that after the first year, 22 million children were loving soap, and the sale of soap just went up.
Well, if you say so.
This is a matter
of record. We could probably chart that.
Dow Jones reports. You can look them up if you want.
In the introduction here, I mentioned some of your clients have been past presidents: Eisenhower, Coolidge, Hoover, Wilson. Which one of those people really was in desperate need of your services? Who was the dullest of the bunch that you handled? Who was?
Well, let me quickly tell you the Coolidge story. Harding had died. Coolidge became president, and Coolidge was running for president. He decided to be president, and Alice Roosevelt Longworth, who was the daughter of Theodore Roosevelt, had started a bon mot of a few words that went around the country as if by radio and by Letterman TV. And they called on me and said, we're worried that this may defeat Coolidge. Well,
she was sort of bad-mouthing the candidate, in other
That's
words.
right.
What was she saying? Do you recall? Was she?
Oh, yes, she said that Coolidge had been weaned on a pickle.
Oh, yeah. That'll tip an election just like that. If word of that gets out.
So I agree with you because.
So now you were called in. You have to offset this man had a very dour image.
That's right.
Okay. Now
So-
what did you do for Calvin?
I never use the word image because image is shadow. I use the word reputation
All right.
or identity.
Okay. What did you do for his identity?
So I decided first that we should bring down Fannie Hurst, Edna Ferber, and other women writers of the period. And then I thought it would be a good idea to bring down some ecstatic dancers.
Ecstatic dancers.
Like the Dolly Sisters.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I don't remember the Dolly. I've heard of them, but I never saw them.
And Al Jolson.
Entertainers, well-known figures of the day.
And 40 others. And at that time, anybody who was on the stage was a little bit off color. And Coolidge had breakfast with them. And when Slemp, his secretary, came up to him and said, there's a cabinet meeting going on and they need you, Mr. President, he said, I'm busy. And he got elected.
So this was to show that he was a regular sort of guy.
That's right.
All right.
And it did.
Doctor, we're running out of time. Pick yourself out of this photo and also tell.
Hold on. There's a part of this where he talked about how he convinced people to eat bacon and eggs. If you go and find that interview somewhere, you can watch the whole thing. But
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it.
you can see his mind to manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would invent studies, create fake studies to, like, he created the fake study about cornflakes and the balanced breakfast, and how like kids that eat cornflakes for breakfast have a higher nutritional value, and the story about this is that he used a scientific study done in India where people were starving in a village where it was like either they eat the cornflakes or they starve. Which one's going to have more nutritional value?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that he could use those studies and say that it's science backed and manipulate the public into believing that by eating these cornflakes, it's better for you than anything else for breakfast, But yeah, this was the tactic of manipulation and public consent,
and what was at the root of why he would do this?
Money for these companies wanted to make money, profit share. They wanted to grow. They want to get rich. For him, it was probably his ego, wanting to show that he's the smartest man. He can sell anything. He can change the public relations. He coined that term.
Yeah. So, but it sounds like for the love of money, right? That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Reputation.
Yeah.
He said that was interesting. He said, "Image." I don't say image. I say identity. So
image is shadow.
Image is shadow. So he wanted an identity, right? He wanted people to look at him like, "Oh, that's Edward Bernays.
Yeah,
that's the guy." And he's like the godfather of, like when we look at Mad Men. Mad Men. Sorry. Yeah. When we look at Mad Men.
Yeah. I'm watching that right now. With my daughter and giving her this perspective on it and how marketing became what it is and why it's so manipulative and
Yeah. So if you want to go public and you want a greater profit share and for your what do you call them?
Your brand.
Well, not just your brand, but I mean
your shareholders.
Thank you. Your shareholders. You need to do these tactics. You need to implement these things. How do you manipulate people? How do you?
It goes back to saying wanting to win by any means.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you're
been
willing
the
to lie.
theme,
That's
right?
been the theme of today.
Yeah.
You're willing to lie. You're willing to manipulate. You're willing to scheme and scam the public, even to their own detriment. You know that these things. The real studies show that these things are bad for them, like cigarettes. He was the one that was very much involved in trying to keep cigarettes from being banned and
Yeah.
using fake scientific studies to show that they're actually healthy, guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
to the point where you're telling people that you manipulated them.
Yes.
And it's
you're
okay.
proud about it.
And they're laughing about it.
And you see, like, he brings up his uncle because he's proud about it.
Yeah.
This is my uncle, the father of psychology, and
Yeah.
I'm the father of
And Sigmund Freud, when you look at Sigmund Freud,
he was a crazy guy.
yeah, and he did a lot of weird stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, it wasn't like when you look back on it, first of all, a lot of the stuff he said turned out to be very, I guess you said fallacious. Like it wasn't pseudoscience in a way.
Pseudoscience, for
but
sure.
and like again, there's truth mixed in there, but it's a lot of like lies too, right? Mostly lies, and then you got a little bit of truth. But with this, it's like, what is the point? Why were they doing it, right? And ultimately, people wanted to make money. This is like the 50s is when corporations really started to grow. Like the corporation became a thing.
Yeah.
This is when credit cards became a thing, right?
Yeah.
So you have corporations, you have banks, you have this connection between the corporation and the bank.
Banking system. Yeah.
Which you kind of seen hit a huge, like, I mean, I don't know how, I guess they were helped by the United States, but in like 2006, 2007, into 2008, that's when you saw that crash, and the banks were bailed out, you know, but even some corporations were bailed out. So you're seeing how even these things, they won't last. So when these things go away, when we're dealing with stuff, sometimes people are looking at like, oh man, gas is high. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. But what is happening?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What are the things that are being dealt with that we've allowed to just get out of hand for so long?
Right. And sometimes you have to suffer
Yeah.
a little bit and deal with things.
Right.
Like whenever you got to actually face something and you're going to have to suffer through it. You're going to have to deal with it, right? When you're bleeding, you got to deal with that cut, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to have to heal it. Sometimes what if it got infected? You're going to have to cut it back open. Get the infection out,
Put
right?
something in there that's going to burn and sting.
Yeah, it's not going to feel good.
Yeah.
So
This conversation just reminded me of there's a documentary with I think she's a scientist, but it's about microplastics, right? I don't know if you guys have been hearing a lot about like how harmful it is for everything, and plastic is everything right now, and it's like, you know, they put it in everything because it's cheap.
Yep.
These corporations, you know, make whatever, but they hit for a long time that is so harmful to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it was profitable. It was extremely like even when we were kids, bro. Like think about it. Really think. Everything that we had, even I remember in school, Snapples, all that stuff was glass. Apple juice when we were growing up, apple juice, glass, milk, glass.
Yeah.
Like it was all glass. And then somewhere in like the early 90s, everything started shifting into plastics. They found ways to do it. And even that comes from petroleum and Rockefeller and the oil and all of that. So it was just trying to find more and more ways for them to cheapen costs, but also keep that industry, the petroleum industry, booming.
And cereals and everything.
Yeah.
Petroleum.
Yeah, they followed in this document. I don't know what it's called, but because I started watching it with Jess, they were following a few couples that this lady, she knew how to like kind of detox yourself from like trying to get rid of all plastics and stuff like that. And I think it was like 70% of them at the end ended up having babies once they, you know, had done that.
Yeah, I mean,
which is crazy.
I saw it might be the same doctor. She was on Joe Rogan and she was talking about the fact that
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
the old lady, right?
Yes, and her study showed that like in mice, that these plastics would shrink the testicles of all the males. And
Wow.
when you look at the testosterone rates that are
Yeah.
very, very low right now,
Yes.
a lot of these kids grew up on plastic bottles, like from the time they were born, even in the womb. There's microplastics.
Yeah.
You know, and it affects testosterone affects the size of the testicles, and that's why we're seeing issues with birth rates, with people getting pregnant. Like these things are all correlated, and it even disrupts estrogen, everything.
No, everything was glass bottles before. Baby bottles were glass.
Yeah.
Remember the milk bottles? They used to be glass.
Yeah.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper, but do you think? I was thinking about this. You know, Bill Gates talking about depopulizing. You know, depopulation of the world. Are they doing this on purpose?
It could. That could also be part of the plan, because they knew. Like these scientists know the effects that this is going to have. You don't think they tested this on? They've been doing these tests.
I mean, I don't even think, dude. I mean, that could be a more sinister thing, but it doesn't even have to. It doesn't even matter, because all you got to do is, okay, profit share. We how can we make more money? How can we make things cheaper? Right? How can we get into more people's hands? All that stuff. When you
And
do
it's
that,
a bonus. Yeah, and it's a bonus too that it's going to affect fertility.
Yeah, but most people like don't have to care about any of that, right? Like they don't care. They just want to make money.
Well, yeah, that's how you implement it. But I like the ones that are like, I think, pushing for it are the ones that definitely know. I think what Moan is like pointing out is like the ones that are guiding the hand of society, if you will.
Well, like, I think, well, you know how you can look at it. It's like masonry, Freemasonry, right? The people at the bottom, they don't know what's going on. As you go up a little bit, they know a little bit more. But as you go up in rank, you know, in degree, you know more. You actually know, like, oh, you're worshiping Lucifer. Right? You're so it's Congress. Like we were just talking about
Eric
stuff coming
Swalwell.
up in Congress. And
Did you hear about that, Moan, by the way?
Yeah, that video was crazy.
Yo, but you heard that he just resigned from Congress completely.
He did resign. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no coming back from that.
You see his Brazilian nanny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead, go back.
But
back
didn't
to it.
he paid her like mad money, right?
Yeah,
From
absolutely under the table.
from his campaign.
What do you think?
money.
What do you think she did to earn that paycheck?
He cleaned his house.
Yeah,
Took care of
cleaned it real nice.
Oh, that was really funny, Mom.
Oh my God.
So, but this stuff, like, it's not like it's uncommon, I would say, in the Congress or, you know, in politics.
Yeah.
And this is why a lot of politics are controlled. But the majority of people aren't Satan worshipers.
Yeah.
Like outright.
Right.
But they are.
They're
caught
doing
up
the bidding
in-
by.
Yeah, they're caught up in the love of money. They're
Right.
caught up in these things,
Which
makes them easily controlled.
Right.
Right.
Right. And they're still doing the bidding of those that are the Satan worshipers that know that this is the agenda, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And I think when you see the effects of it, this is the cost of giving things over for a cheaper product, for convenience, for wanting to have, you know, waters for $2 at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like there's a trade-off. Have you noticed that the water bottles have been even getting thinner plastic now? Like they're even trying to stretch that plastic as far as they can.
Yeah, and you can go in different directions, but the problem is, like, I see it with, and I know I always bring up soccer, but but my point is, like, because I'm in it, right? So I see it with soccer. Like, you could be doing this, you could be doing that. This would work for the kids. Like, you could do all these things, but it's not going to make money. Like it's actually better for the kids. But when you're thinking about profit, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people's minds are about: profit. And I think like we're backwards, where you hold things valuable and then you know why they're valuable and you keep them valuable for you, and you hold on to the purpose, the intent, the will, the desire of God, right? And then it's not hard to sell people because it's the truth.
Yeah.
I don't gotta try to manipulate you. It's the truth. I'm not selling you a thing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, no, this is it. Like, and I'm passionate about it because it's the truth. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to. That's one thing with my kids. Like, they're seeing it, so they're seeing how they're growing, right?
Mhm.
They're seeing how they're getting better in a quick time period.
Yeah.
So it's not like, so now they're listening to me. Now it's easier for them to like pay attention, and
Right.
I don't got to tell them over and over again when they're seeing the results. You get what I mean? So now it becomes more valuable.
Right.
And that's what I think we need to do more of, is because when we're focused on, like, think about it. If everybody's focused on profit, doing this over here,
Yeah.
and then we're trying to go into that world and work in that world, it's kind of stupid. Versus us building something from what our focus is, not money, right? But money comes. Money will flow to that because that's where true value is. People are going to invest in it because that's where true value is. Make sense?
Yeah.
Like, or we can do this over here that everybody else is doing. Right.
That takes us back to the original conversation tonight
Right.
about our conversation about what our music is supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and the whole winning thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so why are we doing it?
Yeah.
You know,
What are we fighting for?
And dude, every time, like, I tell myself, like, and okay, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I got to think about it. Are my intentions right? And if they're not, I have to assess it. If they're off, where are they off? Right? But I can't, sometimes I don't even see it. Sometimes I don't realize I'm compromised.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah.
but I ask the question, not just to me, but to God, right? Where am I off? Lord, help me to see what I don't see.
Yeah, and there's a lot of places where we don't see, where we're compromised.
Yeah.
Where we've given into convenience, where we've given into wanting to win, where we've given into so many things. So, Moan, is that the next move for you guys, to try to detox all the plastics and microplastics out of everything and see?
We've been before even this this
Oh, okay. Okay.
just got like a water thing that she puts the water in. I've been drinking water bottles here because I didn't have a choice. But
Shrinking them balls.
that's trying my best, but not trying to obsess with it.
Yeah. You still gotta trust God to believe.
Trust
and
God.
Yeah. But yeah, I understand the effort towards, like,
You gotta pray for everything now.
Yeah.
That you drink, that you eat,
Yo,
that you...
everything's
have
poison.
y'all there's a lot going on. I don't know, because I came pretty late. Have y'all talked about the Trump picture?
Yeah, we did. We talked about that just before you got on.
You did talk about
that. What do you?
The internet is blowing up.
Yeah. What do you? He's the Antichrist now. Apparently, everybody's the Antichrist. What do you think about the picture and his explanation? Did you hear his explanation?
Yes, bro. Come on, dude. Oh, I thought I was a doctor, dude.
Oh my god.
That's where the ultra MAGA, I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
Just idolize. That's why you shouldn't idolize a man.
Yeah. That's exactly
Bro,
what
like,
we were saying.
That is stupid.
Yeah.
But every time
and you're trying to flow. You're trying to lie, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you probably
Yeah.
saw that and thought it was funny and you shared it.
Yeah.
Or dude, he might believe it. You know,
might,
like
yeah.
he might, but even that is like, really? You know, like
Every time I pray for him, I always say, Lord, keep him humble.
Yeah.
Because he's prideful.
yeah.
Which even him saying that, I thought I was a doctor, and that's kind of what I do. I help people. Like, bro, what are you talking about?
I heal people.
I heal people.
Yeah, people,
like
people get healed.
Which kind of goes into the video I sent you.
The other video? Okay.
Of it's technically more about Alex Jones. Because I thought it was a little interesting.
Which
one?
one?
I don't really pay attention to Alex Jones. I think it was the first thing I sent you.
What is?
today.
Oh, that Brian Karn. Okay, I see it.
Because he was kind of getting into it with with Trump.
Trump made that long post about him, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. Even that was a very kind of unhinged, like the stuff he was saying.
Yeah, exactly.
That Brigitte Macron is more attractive than Candace Owens. Like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Right. Yeah, stop. Dude. But again,
that's a man. She was like a man.
But again, that's where he's like he's going too far.
Yeah.
So the things that are, I believe God puts in us abilities, gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think Mom said it earlier. I think it's Romans 11. The gifts are without repentance.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you might use it in the wrong way. You might twist that thing that was actually meant for people's good. You might twist it for people's bad. So I think anybody can be caught up in that. Right? That doesn't mean you just discount everything somebody's done and just destroy them as a person. That's not what we should be doing either, right? So, because that, man, it just sucks that people can't see the nuance.
No.
That's another, we've been talking about nuance, right?
They can't.
You can't see the nuance. It's either you're for me or you're against me type thing, versus like, maybe
I'm just not with you on this one thing.
Maybe I'm not for you or against you at all.
At
you know
all.
what I mean? Like,
maybe I'm for God, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's play this.
All right, I want to explain
Plastic,
what
by the way.
happened.
Huh?
I said plastic, by the way.
You can see this now, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Happened today because I'm pretty sure it was a miracle. So Alex Jones is on with this preacher,
Pastor James Williams, Dark Waters.
In the context of Alex Jones recently starting to criticize Trump more and break from Trump more. And essentially they're praying for Trump.
Trump's turning around before it can be done. Yeah, so we have to battle for him. Watch this. Let me give you another scripture.
So they start reading this one Bible verse, and it's about how you're supposed to be a battle axe for God.
Thou art my battle axe and my weapon of war.
So let me
What
just
has
say
Donald
this. So in context, he's talking about, like, Alex Jones has been going off on Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's saying, like, we actually got to pray for him.
Mm-hmm.
We actually got to go to battle for him.
Mhm.
Like, this should be which Mom, you were saying praying for him, right? Which, again, you can't pray for somebody if you think he's horrible and
Or crazy
like,
or losing it.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And so if we're going that route, it's wrong. But if we're idolizing somebody, can't pray for him either because you think he can do no wrong. So
you think he's Jesus, like the boomer that made that picture.
So we have to understand that we're all fallible and we all can be used. And this guy is the president of the United States. So you think he can't be manipulated and used?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
He has Paula White as his advisor or whatever.
Yeah, Miriam Adelson gave him $100 million.
been doing on behalf of this nation? He's a battle axe of the Lord.
And the preacher is going on about the battle axe as a symbol.
Alex, you're a battle axe. Just running around wrecking everybody. Boom, boom, boom. I'm a battle axe. Every Christian is called to be one of the Lord's battle axes.
It's all about this battle axe metaphor. And this battle axe arrives at the office the moment they're talking about it. Rob Dew just like takes it in.
He just walked in. This was delivered to the door by FedEx 2 minutes ago. You talk about a biblical sign. This was just delivered.
He's like, what just happened? Like, this just got delivered
2 minutes ago. Rob, you just ran in here. What? You got a letter. What does it say? No, this is biblical. This is how God works. Somebody got touched by God. I'm crying right now. To mail this literally just showed up FedEx. Rob, come here.
That's
sit
crazy.
Down. Read this. What the hell's going on here? He just said, literally, as you said, battle axe, FedEx arrived. What the? This is
and Rob's like, yeah, and he opens up the letter, and it's a letter from a guy.
He's an old carpenter and craftsman. And I was making this axe, and God told me it was for Alex Jones. It's literally what it says right there. I mean, it says it right there.
Fire burn.
Put it right there.
You just saw this? Is this insane?
This is your battle axe. Let me remind you that God loves you and gives you strength and courage. The best to you as you move along in this crazy world.
Like, you could not have.
He literally said battle axe.
Yeah.
This is your battle axe.
This is your battle axe.
He's literally talking about this, and this literally gets delivered to you right as he came on. I mean, this is insane.
I mean, it was insane to witness. It was.
This is how God works. Look at this.
Like, seemed miraculous at the time.
No, I just got it and walked in here. I'm like, this needs to go on the air. It was a sign from God.
And then, like, 3 hours later, Donald Trump launches this attack on Alex. Where he calls him stupid. It's like, I'm glad he's been ruined. I'm glad he was bankrupt. It was a vicious attack predicated on Alex Jones turning on him and attacking he's as good as the left or whatever. Which is like,
and now we intercede on behalf of our president, Donald J. Trump. Everyone must join us and pray for Trump right now. We're going to break this demonic spell right now. In the name of Jesus. It doesn't matter if Trump gets off track. He belongs to God. He's going to do his job if we back him.
Is that attacking Trump? Is praying for Trump and saying we think he's on the wrong track, but we got to get him back on the right track? Does that deserve just, for a guy to say, I think he deserves your children to lose their inheritance? And it was after that, I was talking to one of the editors, and he was like, yeah, I think that battle axe was like a gift from God. He was like, I think that was God assuring Alex he was on the right track.
Perfectly arrives right as you're talking about it. That is the power of God, literally telling us that your message was true. God obviously knows the future, foresaw all this moment to back up what you just said. And it signifies your victory over those people who've been coming after you too, brother.
There's like deeper meanings to it that are insane as well. He says that he made it for Alex and that it's been in his workshop for months.
Every time I went to the shop, God reminded me that's for Alex.
But he doesn't send it because he has a fantasy, he has a vision.
In my fertile imagination, I built a 2-story that would be...
Rob D was having trouble reading the guy's handwriting, and so it doesn't come across quite clearly.
Presenting it to you, and I won a truck.
Because at InfoWars, we do a raffle. If you win the truck, you get to come down to pick up the truck in person and come on the Alex Jones show and meet Alex and hang out in the studio. And so he's like, I had this fantasy that I would win that truck, and then I would get to deliver the axe in person.
Well, that didn't happen. I wondered what I would do with the axe.
He said his son finally convinced him, Dad, you just got to send the axe.
And he said, just send it to him. So here's the axe, brother.
It arrives on air when he's being told he's a battle axe for God. Right before Trump launches this ill-advised attack that is proven to be ill-advised if you watch that segment and see what Alex's attitude towards Trump really was.
Everything you just said, in God's plan, literally had someone make this months ago, be pushed by God and said, send it now, to perfectly arrive, not last week, not yesterday, today. 20 minutes ago, to Rob Do see it, delivered it, saying this is for Alex. We talked, the guy that delivered didn't even know this was going on. Perfect. No, that's God's perfection right there. You just saw a miracle, folks. That's the God we serve. I don't know what else to say, brother. It's the God we serve. And that's how he endorses men. He makes his presence known by endorsing. Man, you got the endorsement. That's all I can say, brother. It's a victory, man. Congratulations.
That's powerful, bro. That's crazy.
Right
and
now.
I didn't know, like, I knew this whole story was going on, but I don't watch Alex's content like that. So I didn't know that happened. That's crazy.
And look, he was touched so much by the Lord.
Yeah.
He's like,
he's feeling it.
And that's why, like, you don't focus on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Trump talking crazy.
Yeah.
Does that mean y'all are all wrong? You guys not with... No, it doesn't mean that.
Iran's going to win.
Yeah, stop it. Like, who do you put your faith in?
Right. Yeah.
Trump? Right? And then when it doesn't... Trump said that he wasn't going to get us into any more wars. Well, at the same time, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know why it might have mattered to do this. Right? We don't know. So we can't just jump, he said this. Yeah, but he also said so many times that one of the biggest issues is Iran. Yeah. Right? He's talked about this.
I mean, even the Democrats have been saying that. For decades.
Kamala, Biden, all of them.
So I think that this is actually exposing a lot of the people that say they're like the conservative whole thing. Like people who say they're about God, but in the back, because we hear the stories like really these people don't care nothing about. They're fronting. Right? They talk about conservative, they talk about conservative values, but really they're living debaucherous lives and doing whatever they want. They don't care about any of this stuff.
That one guy, he had a scandal that they're coming out now. Like, he's a married guy, conservative commentator. He was part of a bunch of these platforms, and all these women are talking about, he's been like doing this stuff with all the women involved in these different conservative, groups, and it's coming out that like, this guy's a phony,
Yeah, and so that's where why do these things get exposed? It's not about the people that are being exposed. It's about us who are caring so much for these people and putting them in places we shouldn't put them in our hearts, idolizing them, right?
We can't trust in man.
No.
We have to trust in the Lord. And that's why we're supposed to be praying for President Trump, because he needs prayers.
Yeah.
He's in a position where nobody understands, And so we just have to keep praying for him.
Yeah, for him.
His administration. And for God
and not
to
be so quick to just like trample people. Even people who are being exposed. Like, does that mean that God's done with them? That God will never be, like, are they done? Can they never come back from this?
Was Alex Jones a Christian before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how strong, you know.
Yeah.
But he's always been talking about.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
I never really watched.
Someone was showing a clip of like when he was explaining what the devil is doing in the world with these elites on Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan was listening to him like he's a crazy man, but everything he was saying
now Joe Rogan's probably like,
is now like, wow, all of this stuff is happening.
Yeah,
like,
where the elites and now the whole Epstein files,
stuff, AI coming into play. Like he was talking about AI. I mean, this was like 6-7 years ago. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, and again, they tried to make him look like a crazy person.
Yeah,
right. So
he was Trump's biggest advocate. One of the main reasons why he got deplatformed was because he was so vital in Trump getting elected. That's why they went after him for Sandy Hook. Like, it's so for Trump to like use that was wild. Like say, oh, he deserved to be deplatformed because he was a crazy man saying crazy stuff about Sandy Hook. You know?
Yeah, and again, like I think Alex Jones can go a little too far with stuff.
Of course,
I think he can get caught up in his own conspiracies. You know what I mean? Like you can go further than you don't really know, but now you're assuming.
Yeah.
Or presuming, right?
Yes.
And now you're off into a different realm that you shouldn't be going off into.
Right.
So that can happen. That doesn't mean that now you just should hate Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Just like now that doesn't mean you should just hate Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Like it doesn't make sense. We don't do that in our own lives, but then we want to do that with people we don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is crazy when you talk about the like we don't know what's going on with Iran and what's really happening there. I mean, I just saw them talking about a bunch, like over 100 tankers are headed to the U.S. right now because that blockade happening in the Strait of Hormuz. And, you know, the ceasefire ended. Trump put the blockade on them this morning. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
This blocking China from their access to energy and positioning us to be in a better spot, you know.
But it sounds like it's also positioning Russia.
I don't think Russia can produce what is needed.
Yeah, I don't know.
To supply.
I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see.
Papa Jeff's in the chat. He said Jess was just here and she did an assessment on all my plastics. Yeah, that's probably gonna be her new thing. Talk about it. Yeah, I mean, listen, you can obsess over all the little minutia and details of everything that we're doing wrong. The main thing is to be like trusting God, praying over everything.
God.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that scripture. I always say it. 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, forgive their sins, and heal the land.
And put the camera on themselves. That was the last part of there.
I haven't seen her once.
I know. I know.
Yes, in the beginning.
But on that note,
yeah,
that's a good little wrap-up point. We'll wrap it up there, guys. I appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys chiming in, man. Moan, thanks for calling in, bro. You coming back tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.
Your flight's tomorrow morning?
Flight.
Okay.
I can't wait to come home.
I know you ready to be home.
Weren't you supposed to come back Friday?
Saturday, I was supposed to fly back. Things happen. Yo, there's some weird stuff going on. There was a fire.
Really?
Yeah, there was a fire. There's been like Pop's been telling me there's like weird things that's been happening at like refineries and stuff like that, and he told me just to be careful. You know.
Yeah, I know. I've been hearing about that. Refineries like busting out on fire for no reason.
Yeah.
Something going on. Yeah. Wow. All right, man. Well, we'll see you when you get back, man. We're live streaming on Wednesday, so be ready for that. And I need a haircut.
Yeah.
You want a haircut? I might take off actually, just to get a little bit of rest Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably come through before.
Yeah.
Just said I'm looking like lumberjack over here.
Bye, Simone.
Bye.
Yeah. All right, guys. So make sure you guys hit that like button, share this video with your friends and family, everybody that you know before you get out of here. Let them know that these conversations are important, man. We touched on a lot of things today. And if it's something that you want to support and keep growing and get behind, we have a Patreon. The link is in the description. You can sign up over there, become a member, help us grow the community of the Young Lions. We appreciate all of our Patreon supporters. Papa Jeff, Mom, appreciate y'all. Everybody else who's been supporting us for all these years. Let's keep building it, and eventually the Patreon is gonna give some exclusive content. I feel like it's coming as soon as we get enough people on there. But yeah, merch is available on our website. Link is also in the description. Cash App link is in there. And other than that, we appreciate everybody. God bless you. We love you. See you next week. Peace.
Young lion, go live, yeah. Young lion, you rich, yeah. This kingdom has room, yeah. Go and fight people in.